So yeah, so that should be working, hopefully. Something I didn't do last time that I need to go ahead and remember to do is put the mic up on some kind of thing, so I'm not, hopefully I'm not as thump with the keys, because that was kind of a problem that we ran into yesterday, or I shouldn't say yesterday, last time I streamed, which has been quite a bit longer than yesterday. Hopefully the audio is not too loud. Hey Maxwell Perwin, how's it going? Yeah, let me know if the audio is like too loud or what's going on, because I made some adjustments there, because last time it was like super quiet and I'm worried it might be too loud. Might be too loud. So just let me know if it's terrible. Okay. So, probably the stream quality is terrible. Fan is loud. Okay. Well, that's probably just the compressor on the audio. So let me go and change that to like... Let's change it to like that or something. That might make it a little bit less intensely crazy. But, yeah. Okay, so a couple things I was gonna fix up today. So I'm finishing up these. I don't even know if I have a panel. I used to have a panel like floating out here or something where I was working on these. I don't actually have any puzzles in the game that use them yet, but what I've been working on is these Metatiles. Let me see if I have a panel. Doesn't look like I do. Okay, well. So I've been working on these Metatiles, which you may or may not have seen. I did a blog post talking about that. So the way that those sort of work is it's just, you know, kind of so you can have different tile shapes and then toggle tiles like that, you know. So I'm gonna have puzzles that use different shapes and stuff. But something I also want to get working is on the walking panels. I want those to work, right? Which kind of weirdly didn't work, but oh, I just made that really wide. Okay, so those kind of work, but the issue is it's still just going one tile at a time, so you can end up with like part of that tile. So I need to make that work, which is not that hard. It's just a matter of implementing the same kind of thing that I did for the where you click on tiles. Just implement it for walking on tiles. Let's see. So right now. I got mouse on. Step on. I find it weird. I feel like step on and mouse on should be the same, but there's some reason why they aren't, and I'm not exactly sure why. I'm really actually not sure why. Because technically they kind of are the same thing now. Yeah, I guess there's some things that I do want little bit different there. Let me think of how this will work. So I don't even know if I use this last press tile for anything anymore. I think it's just there. It's just some old thing from a long time ago. Doesn't look like I'm using it, so I'm gonna get rid of those. As far as I know, I'm not using last press tile, but I don't know. I don't know. We'll delete it and see if Unity warns me that something else needed that. I don't think I'm using it, so I don't think it will be a problem. Looks okay. Anyway, so yeah, what I want for those, I want, like, when you step on that, it depresses the whole big tile, right? Anyway, how's it going, Maxwell? Okay, so I don't think I need that. I just need something instead of... Flailing indie, yeah. No, that's just, that's all indies. This is weird. Because I just feel like this old step-on function is doing stuff that I don't know why I need. Gonna have to move. Well, I just moved not too long ago, so I'm doing all right. I'm pretty broke, but I got called back to work a lot earlier than I thought I was going to. I thought I'd be out of work for another month or two, and then I'd be really broke. I'm just gonna try this. Toggle XY. I'm just gonna do this. I know it's gonna break everything, but at least it would kind of let me know, like, what the freak's going on. And, like, what all that is, because I really am not entirely sure. Well, that didn't work. That straight up crashed Unity. Oh dear, that was interesting. I wonder why it crashed Unity. I don't really get what's going on here. Other than I see toggle is calling step on. So that's really weird. I just don't get what any of this is for. Other than, like, handling the elevation of stuff and pushing stuff onto a undo stack. But what I'm going to try doing is just return from here. Or at least, because I really, the point was just to see whether it does anything. 6 to 12 months. That's not long to I mean, that's not too bad as far as having some time to do things. Okay, let's see. Set this up as a snake panel. I don't really know why it doesn't set that right. Okay, so if I toggle one of these, like by hitting spacebar on it, it's definitely doing something. But I'm not sure what. I assume that it's sending it a message from what I remember of the way that I did this. Because I did it with a message system where the player like sends off a message to toggle tile or is stood on. Okay, I see. So you're gonna move somewhere that's more expensive, not less expensive, because it seems like it makes sense to be somewhere less expensive. That's where I moved. Which is why I'm streaming over something that looks like garbage, even worse than what I used to stream. I'm looking at the wrong thing. Okay, so I gotta figure out what's going on here. What I even need. There's something about I really don't get why I'm elevating tiles. Like, what the heck is going on here? It doesn't make sense. Okay. Okay, that's what I wanted to look at, the actual tile, and see how that handles. Okay, so is stood on, sends a message, step on. Okay. Alright. Oh, yeah. Well, I mean, yeah. If the plan is to get another job, then that makes sense. I don't know. I made a decision to move back out into the middle of nowhere, which has its benefits and its downsides. Benefit is it's very cheap. Downside is it's far away from work. Need to know this. Okay, so I guess I do need to know that. No, yeah, I mean, I don't I don't imagine I'll ever make any money doing this stuff. Other than, I mean, I get some donations, right? But it's not like a career level of money. So it looks like I need that. It looks like I need this. And then this says play the audio clip if it's an elevated tile. I don't really understand that. Okay, I guess I do kind of understand it. In the sense that okay, so this took a lot of my brain power to figure out. And the problem that was annoying is I have this like note here. I'm not even sure what this is for, because last time I looked at it I didn't know what it was for, but what it's for is when the player, okay, like when the player steps on, I don't know if it's gonna save, but when the player steps on one of these panels, right, the idea is that like all the four neighbors get elevated, right? So you've got the confusing thing for me about that was these elevated tiles. I'm like, well, these tiles are elevated, they're just less elevated, right? Okay, I'll show you an example. If I go lock all the tiles on the panel, for instance, I don't know what's going on with starting state here. I feel like something's weird with that, but if I lock all the tiles on the panel, then I end up with, like, there's only this tile that's a little elevated, you can see, and then I can step on it and start there, right? So I was like, well, those are elevated tiles. That's not what elevated tiles means, though. All right, let's see. Yeah, I think that's smart, obviously. It would be smart for me to even do to go so far as saving money, but I don't work at a job that I can do that, so I would have to move to a city and get a job in a city and save money there, and I don't really want to live in a city, so I don't know. Yeah, career. Okay, so the elevated tiles thing is fine. I just need to how's that gonna work? I need to do this number for the elevated tiles, basically. I'm just worried about this is going to be a lot of code copying and pasting right here. Well, I guess it doesn't have to be, because it looks like these are all exactly the same. So what I would really do is I would put the code down here for that. So it would go like this. Oops. Okay. Wait, now I need every single one of those. Let's see. I'm not looking for work really, but like I could probably find it if I was looking for it. I just don't really look for it. I don't think I mean, obviously part of the problem with the web dev stuff is just the type of work is really annoying, but But partly the issue there has always just been I don't like what a lot of the web dev companies do ethically. I think that it's kind of I don't like it. Okay, so I need to shoot because I gotta go find all the metatiles and elevate those. Yeah. So I'm probably just gonna make another function that's where I pass in a ref and it will modify the array. Yeah, so we'll go like set metatile. Then we'll go int x, int y, ref. Now it's going to be a bool array. Array to set. I think that'll work. So here. Test position. Ah, shoot. Problem is I'm doing test position and calculating that. Well, I guess I don't need to. Well, kind of do. Yeah. I'll just go int position, ref bool array to set. Yeah, well, I mean, if it's enjoyable, then that's always good. I don't know. I've been at the same job for like I don't even know how long. I think almost 8 years, something like that. I don't make very much money, but I don't really think about it that much outside of work, so that's nice. But it has its downsides, I suppose. I mean, 8 years isn't really that long compared to a lot of people that I work with. A lot of people have been there for like 30 years. Let's see, so test metatile numbers, pus. I guess I'll go pus. So I'll go pus. If test metatile number, yeah, that's fine. So that would be array to set. Yeah. Set metatile value. So I think what I would do here is just go set metatile, and then I would go test position, ref elevated tiles, and then true. I think that works. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I didn't plan on being there that long. I just kind of ended up there. Oh, shoot. There we go. Just kind of ended up staying there because, yeah, I don't know. I mean, the nice thing about it is that I get time off every once in a while, so that's always nice. I need to change this so that I'm not messing with that outside of well, I mean, it just has its benefits and its downsides, right? Okay, that's not working. It has its benefits and its downsides, I'd say. Try this. Set metatile. Like it's pretty boring. Occasionally I'm doing work that I don't really enjoy doing. I just got tired of doing the same job, basically. This is an interesting conundrum, though. This isn't interesting. I'm not sure how I'm going to fix this problem, because there's an issue in thinking about this. Like, in this context it'll work, and it will raise that. This camera being so far out is really annoying. I don't know why it's so far out right there, but anyway, whatever. It's just minor aggravation, but I'll zoom it in. Okay, so the thing elevating is working correctly in the sense that it should elevate that metatile, but the problem is when I step on it, it's also gonna, like, well, I guess it worked. I thought it was gonna have some kind of problem, but it actually looks okay. The only problem is the highlight, which is basically just the same as the for the click panels. But otherwise, it's actually working correctly. Well, no, it's not entirely, because I need to raise up all of the neighboring tiles to the. Well, have a good one. Thanks for dropping in. I know I wasn't super attentive, but I'm trying to get this all to work right. So these ones are a little confusing, because yeah, that should raise up all of these neighboring tiles. So I gotta figure out that. I didn't think about that working that way. So really, I need to go through the metatile tiles and do that for every single one of them. Like if I'm connected. I'll worry about the highlight later, but yeah, I think that's what I gotta do. Do that. I guess I just would pull that, right? Same exact thing. Okay, let's see. So that will go like find and elevate all neighboring tiles. We want to find all the neighbors. This is a little bit tricky. Trying to figure out where to, how to organize this, because, well, if well, I can't do if it's -1, right? It's like if it's -1, I have to do this. Otherwise, it has to be a list. So it's like, I don't want to duplicate this code down here. So it feels like I should have an array list. I'll just call it this metatile, I guess. It's a new array list. And then we'll go, this metatile dot, I don't remember how array lists work. Clear and something else. Well, I guess I could just add another thing that's like this, right? Yeah, I'll just do that. And then that will come off of this. Like this. Elevate tile neighbors. Yeah, that'll be fine. So then we'll go here, and if it's that, then we just go elevate tile neighbors X, Y. And then here we'll go for each so we just are going by I. So that's no good. So I guess I'll just go. Oh, shoot. Problem is, how do I get that? I guess I'll just do an XY iterator over it. How does this work? Okay. Okay, so that should work. I don't know whether this is going to work. No idea whether this is going to work, because I'm concerned that what's going to happen with it is it's going to elevate those. Let's see. Local variable X cannot be declared. That is true. That is true. So I'm just going to call it X1, Y1. Unexpected symbol if. I forgot to put semicolon. Value does not exist. What? Oh yeah, because I don't even need that. Splits that one function up into 3 functions. Just a little bit rough, but okay. Actually, it looks like it worked just fine. The only problem, like I said, is still that that's not highlit properly, but that's fine. Because that actually ends up working just perfectly as far as I can tell. So that's actually really quite cool. So I just need to make sure this highlight thing works, because I think the highlight is based on the standing tile, and that needs to actually work off of basically mouse on. Let's see. I think I can put mouse on a little lower and use set metatile on it. It's basically the same thing. Well, why am I checking to see if hovered tiles is not there? That's very strange. It's very strange that I would do that. Okay, so I don't believe I actually need any of this. I just need to go set metatile. Let's see, pus would be pus, yeah, pus. And then it would be ref hovered tiles and true. I think that's correct. Let's convert this to a standard panel. Yeah, so that works. Okay, so yeah, I don't know if I actually need this not hovered tiles thing. I'm gonna get rid of that. I really don't get why that's there. I guess it's there to save the work, wouldn't it be there for that? Yeah, I'll put a note. We check to see if we've already been hovering over this so we can save some work. And even though this is a little weird, it's actually kind of better because we get this function here, which makes it pretty clear what we're doing. Okay, so I don't really need that anymore, I don't believe, but we'll just leave it there for now. Not sure if I need to disable this still because the wall panel, or the panels that become solid require you to stand on a panel now, or on a tile now to turn them on. so I really probably can just go set metatile plus ref hover tiles. True, like that. And that would probably work. So we'll go like if not hover tiles. And then I should be able to check down here for hover tiles instead of what I'm checking for. Let's see. So currently I'm setting, see, elevated, and then I believe I do this. So instead of that, I'm going to try if hover tiles, current tile index. I don't know if I need and is stood on, but we'll go ahead and do that anyway. And so that should handle that now. Way to, yeah, here we go. Okay, yeah, it's working except that it doesn't reset. Except when I step off the panel, it seems to reset, which is very strange. But yeah. Yeah, so I need to clear hover tiles, I think. On step on. So I'm not going to worry about that. We're just going to go hover tiles, easy with a new full width times height. Yay, beautiful. It is beautiful. I gotta figure out why starting state is not working, like when you run the game. There's some reason why that's not working. I don't know what that is. It's been a thing that's been wrong for a while. But yeah, that works now, so that's cool. Why would that suddenly work? I don't know why it thinks it's solved now when I do that. those work now? Okay, so that looks like it works. I don't really see any issues here. Seems like all the elevated tiles get set. Seems like all the highlighting works right. Still got this weird thing going on with Unity where, actually I should change this though. If I have VSync on for running the game, like it would VSync, and then when I'd start walking, it would like stop VSyncing. It's very strange. Trying to figure out how to not have that happen every single frame. So right now I've got that going in here with step on. I'm setting this every frame, so I guess I need to go like this, if not hover tiles, plus, and then do both of these. I don't know whether that'll work. Should work, but I don't know whether it will. Seems like it does. So I figured, I was like, it should clear when I go off the panel, no matter what. And then when I'm on the panel, I only really want to do all that work if I have to. I don't need this, do I? That's not getting used. So I don't need to spawn in an array list every frame. Okay, so that looks pretty good. I've been going about an hour. I'm gonna take a quick break. It does look kind of better without the 3D icons. So I'm going to take a real quick break, and then I think I will come back and we'll try to finish up the last thing, which is the dice face mechanic. It doesn't work with those kind of panels. All right, so I'll be back in a little bit. Find the all right, I'll be back.
suggest that you reach deep down inside yourself there and try and find something that'll keep you awake just a little while longer, because this transmission coming up may just rekindle your will to live.
Okay. I gotta figure out how this compressor is working, but so I feel like I don't really know exactly how the threshold thing works, but I feel like it should work a little bit differently than it does. Actually, I was going to tweet that I'm still streaming for a little bit, and we'll try to finish up this last thing. Hopefully that music's not too loud. Really have no idea. Annoyingly, there's no way for me to actually listen to the output of anything, so like just the background noise is that loud. And that seems really loud. I think something like that is probably better. Yeah, I can't really tell whether that's any better or not.
They need a rest. They want to get back to Earth and their families.
I would need somebody to be looking at it or listening to it.
If machines are going to get killed, something must do it. The new rules are more needed.
The issue is there's no actual indication on the thing that they give me about what the audio level even is. Alright. Anyway, hopefully that's alright. I really can't tell. Making audio adjustments in the middle of streams is always a smart idea. Okay, so I got one more thing I gotta fix, which is I need so I'm not playing. I should be playing a sound. Might just be quiet compared to the music. I'm gonna turn that down a little bit, just in case that I've gone the wrong way and I'm not audible over the music. So, okay, so I need so much crap on my desk. It's really a nightmare. In spite of the fact that I continue to try to clean it up, it just piles up again. Okay, so I need to get the thing working. I don't really need a snake panel for this. I can just use anything. I'm just gonna do like a 4x4 panel, and I believe the problem area is it's that kind of thing. So the issue here is that that thinks that it's 2, right? I don't really need that anymore, but so that shouldn't be happy because it should be doing something different. So that's a little bit confusing, but it's not bad. I'm just trying to figure out how exactly to work this. Right now I'm using, this find all tiles in area thing, which is fine, but I don't really need that for the other thing. Try to figure out what I need to do here. Right now I'm doing this for all of them. And I need to do this to find Metatiles, I believe. Anyway. Let me see where I'm using that. So yeah, I'm doing this. So I need something that instead of doing find all tiles in area for that function, I just need to find the metatiles. So that will be like find connected metatiles. So we'll go to find all tiles in area. We'll strip out the stuff that I used for the metatiles stuff. So find connected metatiles. That's got X, Y, and a ref. So then we're going to need a thing that's recursive meta tile finder. Yref tool. Check tiles. So we're going to pull this. Here it's like if we already checked this tile, or if it's a disabled tile, or if X or Y is out of bounds, basically. If first, or use color. So we don't need to use color for anything. Now is connected, right? Pretty sure is connected is going to return false if it's not, so then I actually don't need to check that as far as I can tell. So recursive metatile finder only needs to check this, I think. Well, yeah, I'm pretty sure it only needs to check that. really need to check this because it would have already returned. I guess I can do this. I can punch in recursive metatile finder and then pull out all of that. So I don't need that. If it was connected. Yeah, we don't need that either because it will be connected. I'm gonna return if it's been checked already. If it hasn't, then we're gonna check each of these. Recursive metatile finder, and that's going to be basically that. And we don't need any of that, I don't believe. East, west, north, south. So I think the recursive metatile finder thing will work. I guess it doesn't work. So I wonder why it doesn't work. So it's not working because it's not I guess working right, which is a bit strange. find this very strange. It's leaving all the metatile numbers at -1, which leads me to believe that that list is just coming back empty. Oh, the problem is this is happening and it's yielding back. So we're gonna try not setting that and see if that works. Okay, that seems to have fixed it. So it's funny, I have all these different panel types and I only ever use freeform or snake, so I really need to probably at this point it could just be a bool, but it's just, is it a snake panel? So yeah, that's really all I need is that kind of panel. Okay, so I think that's fine. It seems to find all the metatiles. I guess really it would be find metatile, right? Okay, so, excuse me. Through this thing, this find all tiles in area thing is really what I'm looking at. Which works, except it doesn't, because it needs to, rather than just check the neighbors like this, it needs to make a list and then go through the list of neighbors, basically. is a bit annoying, but I'm trying to think of any other way to do it. Other than to go. I'm gonna comment this one out and start with the old one, because the old one seems like it might be closer to what I want. Although I should probably back that up again. So, let's see. So I think what I need here I can get rid of this. This one I used was connected and first. Those off, and then we'll go through like this. If it's checked, I'm going to ignore it. If it's disabled, we want to ignore it. Okay, that's pretty much correct. We don't need this because I already did that. I just don't know why it's in there. So if the current state is equal to the target of the tile that we're looking at, that's true. But I also do need to go ahead and get a list of that Metatiles. Yeah, that's the only issue, right? Because otherwise it would work, it would find everything anyway, but I need to make sure that I have the amount of tiles for a metatile gets subtracted out. So I guess I'm trying to think of how that would work. Because last time I was trying to do it by saying, well, they're connected, right? So I feel like I just need to go through and mark all of the well, no, I can't do that. So if I just marked as soon as I hit metatile, if I marked all the things in the metatile as checked, well, that works, but I need to make sure that I iterate through all the neighbors. So let me think of how to do that. Because if I don't iterate through all the neighbors and I just mark it as checked, it would hit. Let me make an example panel so I can kind of, my foot itches, that's why my knee is up there. But if I make an example panel here, what is not set to instance of an object? I must have done something weird. What the null reference is. Let's see if I still get it. Okay, so I'm still getting a null reference. Update dice face symbol colors. Was just the panel itself, and not anything to do with the code. It was just that the panel was missing something. Let's see. Yeah. Let me clear out the chat. Nobody's in chat, and it's covering up part of the screen. Probably need to make myself smaller, but oh. Okay, there we go. It just took a while to reinitialize. I don't understand this. It's drawing it, but don't understand why it's calling this update dice face symbol colors and having a problem with it. Really don't understand why it's having a problem with that. It's very strange. Let me pick a different panel. I think something's weird with that panel. I don't know what it is. Something weird going on. I'm trying to see what is going on. Okay, so now it works. So I don't think it has anything to do with those connections. Check though, see if there's something weird. No, it's fine. Okay, Okay, so right now it's counting all the tiles, right? So it'll work the way that it did before, in the sense that like these panels here should work. Like all that stuff should work just fine. I don't know why. I'm just gonna turn off that thing by default. Yeah, okay, so that all works. Oh, my music's not playing. Let me start that over. There's nobody here. I don't ever remember that it's not playing. I feel like these tiles are too dark now that I've added this kind of dark spot to them. Yeah, they definitely look a bit dark. So we'll think about changing those values at some point, but it's beside the point. The point was I was trying to fix so this thing works. And the issue right now is I call it for each of the neighbors, right? But I really just need I need a neighbor list to get generated. I'm really trying to think of the best way to do that. Feels like I could do it like this. So if this one's equal to the target, then we iterate through the metatile, looking for any tiles for all neighboring tiles. So that would be something like this. So that would be int test. That would be like current metatile number, right? Yeah. Something like that. Which is what we did before. So then we go if current metatile number is equal to -1. Part of a metatile, so we just check, check immediate neighbors. Otherwise, we do this. Through the loop through the panel. if this tile is part of the same meta tile. It's funny, I put semicolons at the end of comments because I'm just kind of... Okay, so it's part of the same meta tile, so we want to go num same tiles plus plus. We're going to go check tiles. X plus width times y equals true. And then we want to well, the thing that I could do, right, is just add all of these to the list like this, right? That should work if I did this. And then here, if I did this, and instead of X, we did IX, right? Okay, so that should work because it's going to check to see if it's in bounds, check to see if it's already been checked, and check to see if it's disabled. Then what we're going to do is we're going to see if the color is the same as the one we want. And then we're going to see what the metatile number is. If it's -1, then we're not part of the metatile, so we'll just check the immediate neighbors, which is what we normally do. Okay, else we are part of a metatile. We are not part of a metatile. So we just check the immediate neighbors. Our part of the metatile, loop through the panel to find the rest of the metatile. So it's a little bit wasteful, but it should work. can't implicitly convert int to bool. That should be equal to -1. So this thinks that it's 16 now. So I'd say it's not exactly working. I'm wondering why. Oh, well this shouldn't go like this. It should only be the num tiles if it's that. Here we go, num same tiles plus plus like that. So now it thinks it's 4, so that's closer, but it's not working still. Metatile number is 1, which is correct. That's the problem here. This needs to be IX, IY. We're going to set all those to check. Okay, so it's almost working, but it's still seeing 4. Put a debug log in here. Counted a single tile. Found a meta tile. Found a metatile, found a metatile, found a metatile. So the issue is it keeps finding the metatiles. That's very strange. So, why would it find a metatile more than once and not hit this checked tiles thing? Because that needs to be IY. Typoing. Hopefully that'll be done. I feel like it got caught in a recursive loop. So that's because I probably don't. I should set. Yeah, I should set that no matter what, because that's gonna go there. I'm gonna have to kill Unity. Unity. Ugh. I was hoping to get all this done in 2 hours. Stream's been surprisingly stable. The quality hasn't been great, but one thing I did find out how to do is record locally at a higher quality and higher resolution, so that I can so that I can upload that. Counted a single tile, counted a single tile. Okay. It's still finding 4 Metatiles, which I find very strange. Oh, I can see why. The problem is this needs to happen, not that, I think. No, because that needs to be neighbors. The reason it finds it 4 times is because it calls that tile area finder, and every time it goes in and finds a metatile, because it hasn't marked all of the tiles in the thing as necessarily checked. Take a real quick break. Oh, I dropped frames. I must have got a text message or a call. Oh, Yeah, stream seems to be down. I don't know if it's going to reconnect or not. Seem to be reconnecting. Well, I'm just gonna try hitting the thing, or I'll just have to drop. I'm not seeing anything, so I'm gonna cut the recording off here and then I'll start another recording when it reconnects.